Hey, welcome to the second lesson of the course. Now it's time to begin with the illustrations of all the vector files that we're going to need for the animation, of course, for this animation. And we have 12 numbers, so I'm going to divide this part in two lessons. So on the first lesson, we're going to create until number 6 or 5. Let me see how we're going with the time. But well, I'm going to divide into these illustrations. So for the first one, I want to create the background. When we finish creating all of them, we're going to begin to paste them individually, because we're going to have to set it for After Effects, so it's going to take some time. But well, let's begin by creating this. Now we can delete this, and this layer will be called background. Well, let's call this BG. And now we're going to write 12, the number 12. Let's set a size of maybe 160 points, and I'm going to use a font called Corp Bold. You can use any font that you want. I want to use this. I'm going to align this to the middle, and I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to set it to create an outline with the text by pressing Ctrl Shift and O, and I'm going to set this text to the yellow tone. Remember that we are going to use only these four tones, these four colors, and I'm going to use the yellow one for the 12. I think this can be bigger just a little bit. Alright, for this first screen, I want to create some fireworks. Now, we are going to create those fireworks on After Effects, but let me show you how we can do it here on Illustrator. It's pretty simple. Just create one line, make it the same yellow tone, create a stroke of around 9, and change this to round cap. And now just duplicate it here, create a copy of this with Ctrl C, and now paste it in front with Ctrl and F, and just create one duplicate. Repeat the same process and create one more duplicate and one more. Now you can take all of these, group them, and place them, one here, one to the right, and one to the left. And this can be the fireworks that we are going to need. Now we're going to create these on After Effects, so we don't need them to be here on Illustrator, but this was just to show you how it's going to be done on After Effects. Now we can delete this, and we can save this file. Let me place the number 12 on a different layer, because remember that to import these to After Effects, we need every single object that is going to be animated, we need it to be on a different layer. For example, the 12 should be on a different layer called 12, because it's going to have a different animation than the rest of the background. So it's going to be, we're going to need this to be on different layers. If you, for example, you were going to animate the number 1 and the number 2 in different ways, you will have to set one layer for 1 and one layer for 2. And this, in this case, doesn't matter, because it's we're not going to animate the number itself. Alright, so it's time to save this. Save this as 12. and that's it. Now let's go with 11. For the 11, I'm going to change the color, the background color, to the yellow one, and I'm going to move this. Let me make this bigger, and I'm going to change the tone, the color for the text to the pink tone. Alright, maybe we can decrease the kerning in this. Alright. Alright, now in this case we're going to create some snowflakes that will be falling on the animation. You can see that the animations last really little time each screen. So in this case we're going to create the snowflakes. Now you can save this right now as 11 and change the number here. Now to create the snowflake, just take one line, grab your line segment tool, create a line, make it green, and let's play around with this. We can use 10 points and a round cap. Make this longer, and now take the rectangle tool, create a rectangle like this, only stroke. Make sure that the corners are rounded and the round cap too. Now with this, let's play around with the degrees of the rotation until you have this. Alright. Now with the direct selection tool, click here on this point and remove this. Now make this much smaller until you have this like a chicken foot. Now create a duplicate and another duplicate, or maybe just one duplicate, and this duplicate will be bigger like this. Alright, now group this and now create an ellipse tool like this and place it here. Create a duplicate on the middle, and instead of a stroke, let's set it for fill. Alright, now group this and just create a duplicate here on the bottom. This fill, let's make sure that it's on the middle over here, and rotate it until it's backwards. Now take these two, copy them with Ctrl and C, and now Ctrl and F, and bring them here. Now if you want to make a bigger snowflake, all you have to do is, let's remove this and make this longer like this. Maybe this a little bit smaller, and again create some duplicates, one duplicate here like this, and another duplicate over here. Now you can make this bigger, and you actually have snowflake. Alright, now let's go to path, outline stroke, take all of this, go to Pathfinder and click on divide. Now select one white part, go to select, same fill color, and remove everything that is white from here. Now select everything else, and on Pathfinder go to unite and click on it, and you will have a simple shape. Now just place some snowflakes. Can be one here, one to the left, and another one here on the bottom one. Now create 3 more layers and just place the snowflakes, one here, one on the other layer, and one on the final layer. You can call them snowflake 1, snowflake 2, snowflake 3. And later on After Effects we're going to decide how to animate them. Alright, so save again your 11 file, and let's move on to number 10. So delete this, change this to 10, and align this to the middle, change this of course to 10 because we are going to follow up with number 10. And for the background we're going to use again the pink color. Doesn't matter if you don't see the number 10 right now because we're going to draw a shape. I want to create like an abstraction of a bell because, well, this is a New Year's animation, so I think it's pretty cool to illustrate an abstraction of a bell. So to create this, grab your star tool and lower the points until you have a triangle, and make this triangle yellow. Now create a new layer and send this triangle to the new layer, which will be called bell. Now place this in the middle, a little higher, like this. Alright, now let's make this shape like a bell. Of course we won't create an exact bell, we won't create a detailed bell, but just an abstraction of a bell because it's going to look way better now. Okay, now take your rectangle tool and create a rectangle like this. Maybe a little shorter. Okay, just like this. Now let's create a little circle here for the actual bell, and of course the string holding the bell. We can create a little ellipse here and maybe use this same tone, the yellow tone, and create a duplicate here, make this a little bit smaller, and now take these two and create 2 duplicates like this. So the idea is that this bell is going to go from right to left, and we will see the number 10 when it comes right here on the middle. So it's going to look pretty cool. Alright, so we have the bell, we have the 10, we have the background. Now we can save this as 10 and move on to number 9. Remove the bell, and for the background we're going to use the purple tone, and in this case I'm going to write the 9 letters because I think I want to mix it up, some numbers and some text. So in this case it goes text. Now I want to draw a Christmas tree here behind the number 9. So I'm going to take the Start tool, create a triangle. Let me move to this point 1 second. Create a triangle, create a duplicate below, and make this wider, and then one more duplicate and make this wider too. Something like this. You can fix a little bit this, and now take the Pathfinder, unite, make this a stroke, and make sure that the stroke is green. And also I'm going to change the stroke to think that 8 could be enough, and make sure that it's round caps and round corners. Now set this to the middle, and create a new layer over here. Send the tree to a new layer and call this tree, and probably the stroke should be higher. Let's try 14. Alright, this is better. Alright, let's see the layers. This is 9. We have the tree and the background, and that's it. Now save this as 9. Now let's move on to another number, in this case 8, and we can remove the tree. In this case the background will be green and the number will be yellow. Alright, we have this, and I want to have some Christmas tree balls here hanging, and they will play some cool animation. So I'm going to draw these little Christmas balls. Just create an ellipse, create an ellipse here, and we're going to use the purple tone. Create the little stuff that these balls have here on the top, where you can put the string, and of course the string. Now for the string, use the same tone, and let's set stroke of 8. That's enough. Alright, now group all of this, and let's call this ball 1. Let's duplicate it and place 1 over here. This will be ball 2, and another one over here. Take the string higher, and this one, guess what, will be called ball 3. Alright, we have number 8 completed. Now let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is quite easy. We're going to delete this, and we're going to use a yellow background, and number 7 will be pink, and we're going to draw a little cone. You know those cones that you on New Year's you blow and they have like little pieces of paper, and they go like this. Let me wait a little bit, like this. I want to create that, and that is pretty easy to create, and the animation is really fun. Go to the star tool, create a triangle, choose the green tone, and make sure that it looks like it's going to throw something at the 7, at number 7. And now just grab some of this to create the little pieces of paper that it's going to be thrown at this number 7. Grab like 4 of them, and now create some layers. Let's create one layer here and call this cone. This will be paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, and paper 4. Now they are all in different layers. Just place them here, and then on After Effects we're going to animate them. They are all in different layers because they are going to be animated individually, so we need to have them on different layers, because otherwise we would animate some other layers with it. Alright, so number 7 is ready. Maybe just a little bigger. Alright. And now for number 6, let's delete all of this. Let's set the 6 on a purple and this on a pink. And I want to draw some cups that will be like making a toast or saying cheers. And I'm going to draw 2 cups. Just take your triangle tool, make this yellow, place it like this, because I'm going to draw an abstraction of a cup, and with the line tool create a rectangle like this. And of course we're drinking champagne, so we need to have some bubbles on it, right? So I'm going to take my ellipse tool, create one bubble, a tinier bubble, and a little tinier bubble over here, like this. Now group this, group all of this, and let's give it a little rotation. And let's bring this to the new layer, and we can call this cup 1 or glass 1, and duplicate it, give it a little rotation, and call this glass 2. Now again, these are on different layers because they're going to be animated like this. So we need them to be on different layers, because otherwise they would move like this, and we don't want that. We want this, when it moves to the left, this one moves to the right, and they touch each other. Alright, now we're done with the 6, and that's it for this lesson. Now it's time to move on to the next lesson, where we're going to draw the remaining numbers. So see you in the next one.